Over 80 years ago, a new religion was founded with the name Cao Đài in the country of Olac, or Vietnam, and has quickly grown to become the third largest religion in this country. Cao Đài recognizes that the ultimate goal of all true religions is the same: to teach humankind to live peacefully and compassionately with all sentient beings, and to realize our divine origin. The term Cao Đài literally means Supreme Palace, referring to the place where God reigns over the universe, and was also the name God used to impart His divine instructions in the creation of Cao Đài. Followers of Cao Đài believe that Venerable Ngo Minh Chu was chosen by God to establish the Cao Đài religion. It was believed that God directly transmitted the teachings and method of practice to Venerable Ngo Minh Chu until he attained the ultimate self-realization. Today we present to you excerpts from Cao Đai's holy book, Divine Path to Eternal Life. The realm of the Te Tin Han Hoa, or Palace of Divine Beings, who missionize the way at the command of heaven. The last time we spoke, I promised that we would encourage each other in our progress on this path to eternal life. Previously, while on our journey, we arrived at Gong Tan, or Palace of Heavenly Arrival and Departure. Now we have a general understanding about the way of human beings on this planet Earth. Today I will take you, gentle friends, to enter Gong Te Tin Han Hoa, or Palace of Divine Beings, who missionize the way at the command of heaven. There the divine beings assist and determine the affairs of the future. They do this for Earth and for all other planets.
In this palace there is not a single moment when these divine beings are not considering the human spirit at any level of the universe, from one country to the next. The highest priority given by the divine beings is to the planning and creation of schedules that decide who will go and who will return in order to offer salvation to the various worlds. This happens particularly in Gong Te Tin Han Hoa, or Palace of Divine Beings, who missionize the way at the command of heaven. We understand that at no time do the divine beings neglect to guide our destinies. We must maintain our desire to progress further along this path, to arrive at Gong Han Hoa, because the road is very long, narrow and deserted. This is because for a very long time, and right up to this day, becoming an immortal or a Buddha has been an extremely difficult task.
From the time human beings are aware of their existence, can we now see how the Dharma, or true teaching, can help us become immortals or Buddhas? If we would like to become immortals or Buddhas, how many years must we cultivate the Tao, or the Great Self?
Most people can return to heaven, but it all depends on their karma or retribution. Not surprisingly, we can see on this planet there are many people who display animosity towards religions.
I have expressed these things in order to put forth this observation. We have to progress on an endless road. People might say that life is easy, but it is hard to keep to the truth. Away from this chaos, we should consider some other sights.
Away from all this, the path we take today will be wondrous, beautiful and peaceful. Upon approaching the path, our body will feel very light, elevated, relaxed. As we walk further, on either side we'll see things of great wonder. They are so extraordinary that when we are reminded of the earthly domain, its inadequacies sadden us. But here, no other scenery can make us feel such a static calmness. When we think of immortals, we'll immediately see them. Friends, do you know why that is? We believe that sometimes our dreams are just dreams, that they are not true, but here they are. We think, and it becomes a reality.
Walking further, we'll feel utter bliss, complete ecstasy. We are moving towards the place where all of the Dharma realms can be created by us. Here your desires are mystically requited in unlimited qualities. In this place, we see the things we are not yet able to achieve, but we can see the faces of the beings. They are not indifferent to us. Rather, they are waiting to welcome us. We can see their faces full of wisdom, gentleness, and spiritual virtue. They have none of the characteristics of the earthly realms.
The beauty of this apotheosis remains mysterious and limitless. Whatever they think beauty is, then so it is. Yet for us they still maintain their external appearance, which is easy to look at. As we see that the statues of the 8 Chinese immortals barely change over time, so it is easy for people to recognize them. Because that sublime heart of hearts has given us a way of obtaining our self-nature.
We have seen an earthly realm that is comparable to the universe, which includes in it everything since time immemorial. I want to say that not only the beings of this planet Earth befriend us, but also beings from other Earths come to befriend us. Those beings who came here from other planets returned to other earthly planets and achieved exalted positions.
While they are talking, myriad of lights flit about above their heads in the sky. As they are talking here, they can communicate with other realms. The entire universe is so wondrous and limitless, it's indescribable. This is the position of Tei Ting Han Hua, or on behalf of heaven to teach the way, which holds the power of creation, and there is nothing that they cannot do.
The octagonal divine palace and the sea of suffering. Tonight I will continue to speak about the path to eternal life. We have already visited Gong De Tin Han Hua, or Palace of Divine Beings, who missionized the way at the command of heaven. Today we will discuss more about it.
We continue to see extraordinary sceneries, and the best of it will consist of tonight's discussion. This discussion is directed principally at the heavenly appointed hierarchy, those who make up the core of the holy body, or i.e. sacerdotal council of the Supreme Being. We walked down this endless path, unable to guess how long we have been traveling. As we continue, it is quite extraordinary. We proceed as if we're flying in a plane. We don't know how, but this is how it is. This journey is wonderful, mysterious. As you are sitting on a mysterious vehicle of Dharma or true teaching, you are in fact sitting on the sacred vehicle of the Supreme Being as it takes you towards the clear and brightly illuminated Palace of Heaven.
The palace has 8 sides and is called Ba Wai Dai, or Octagonal Divine Palace. It is so magnificent that we can't use words to describe it, because it is forever changing and reshaping itself. The palace has 8 doors, and looking out these doors we can see everything in creation. All the different forms of beings can be seen, with auras dancing around each of their forms. There are 8 bridges leading into the 8 sides of Ba Wai Dai, or Octagonal Divine Palace. Strangely, the bridges are not made of wood, but of 8 rays of light. Beneath the bridge, there appears to be Bi Hai, or blue sea, with waves rising like a churning ocean. From the 8 corners, perhaps all of them are paying attention to our corner. We see a vast number of people coming and going.
Interestingly, the bridges are so wondrous that only those who are standing on them know that they are indeed entering Ba Wai Dai, or Octagonal Divine Palace. When we step upon the bridge, it is moving, making us feel weakened and unable to walk. Our first urge is to go back. From our first step upon the bridge, we feel weaker, yet despite this, everyone keeps walking.
At the halfway point, if we do not have the right spiritual credentials, or because of bad karma or retribution generated from our time on earth, we will fall through the bridge and into Bit Hai or Blue Sea. Before our fall, while still walking, the sceneries are beautiful, but once we have dropped down there, we see that our bodies have become so dark and ugly that it's unimaginable. It is so pitiful when we see our fellow practitioners in that place, people who have lived with us in the arms of the Supreme Being. By some fortune, we see ourselves sitting in a lofty position as an observer, seeing our friends in such a situation. Regardless of how mentally stable we are, we cannot help but shed tears for them.
This point is certain. It's never wrong. I dare say with surety that nothing can escape this limitless dharmic law. We should look at each situation on this earth as a lesson so that we can focus our mind and cultivate ourselves to become perfect, saintly, in order to be worthy as a part of the holy body or sacerdotal council of the Supreme Being. Do not even dream that any deed committed during our life on earth can be hidden from the omniscient power of the Supreme Being.
We appreciate your loving presence for today's episode of Between Master and Disciples here on Supreme Master Television. Planet Earth, our loving home, is up next after noteworthy news. Wishing you much joy and loving kindness every day.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/BMD.